Alright, step one. Step one is to use the distributive property to get rid of any parentheses. Do we see parentheses, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna use distributive property. So we know that the term outside is going to be distributed to each term inside, okay? So I'm going to distribute, I'm going to multiply my -3 times, what is the first term inside the parentheses? 6r, okay? And then I'm going to also, once again, distribute the -3 times the second term. So -3 times what? -8, okay? And I will incorporate the box. I like how y'all boxed it. I think that's cute. That doesn't hurt. That's cool, okay? Now let's simplify. -3 times 6r. So we have a -3 times 6. Negative and a positive give us what product? Negative, okay? And then, does this undo right here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how I would address your concern earlier. I would just do that. So that's gonna give me a -3 times 6 is 18, and I have to keep my r. The r does not go in the calculator. If you're using the calculator, you're just gonna do -3 times 6, and it's gonna give you the -18, and you just bring down the r, okay? Now over here, I have a -3 and a -8. Mr. Dorito Man again, I have two negatives. What is my product? Positive. Positive what?
Undo.
Positive what?
Positive 24.
Positive 24, okay? So all of this just became -18r plus 24. Did I have parentheses on the right?
No.
No. So I'm just gonna bring this down, equals 114. Step one is now complete, okay? Now, step two is to circle all my terms. My first term is -18r. My second term is positive 24. And over here I have a positive 114. I'm gonna add a positive just so I remember that it's positive, okay? Alright, so step two is now complete. I have three terms, okay? Step three, combine any like terms that are on the same side of the equal sign. Well, I know there's only one term here, so that's not gonna be combined with anything, but I have two here. Are these like terms? Thumbs up if you think they are, thumbs down if you think they are not. Okay, you're right, they are not, because this one has an R and this one does not, so I can't combine them, okay? So now I'm gonna move on to step four. I'm going to move all terms with variables to the left. This is my left, my scared out, okay? Are all my variables here? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so now step five, move all my constants to the right. This is the right. Are all my constants, are all my numbers without variables over here?
No.
What is in the wrong place?
Negative 24. I mean, positive 24.
Positive 24. So to move positive 24, I have to do the inverse, and what is the inverse of positive 24?
Negative 24.
Negative 24. So I'm going to do minus 24 here to get rid of this. Whatever I do on one side, I have to do on the other side. So immediately I'm going to do minus 24 there, okay? Now which side does it cancel out to 0? On the left or on the right?
On the left.
On the left. So I'm going to slash that out, okay? And that leaves me with only my -18r on this left side. I'm going to drop that down. And I'm incorporating your feedback, which is to leave it, directly under, okay? And I changed the PowerPoint, I did like that, okay. Put your equal sign on the line, and now use your calculator and tell me what is 114 plus -24.
90.
90. And it's a positive 90, okay? So now all of this has simplified down to -18r equals 90. Notice how I'm bringing it together and I'm telling them that you came from all this to just this. -18r equals 90, okay? Now, I'm on my last and final step. Isolate the variable by using inverse operations. I want to isolate my variable. Here is my variable. Is it isolated? Is it by itself?
No.
No. What is in front of it?
18.
Negative 18. Now, when you have a variable next to a coefficient, there is an imaginary multiplication there. You cannot see it, but it is there, okay? And what is the opposite of multiplication?
Division.
Division. And in high school, we don't use this. That stays in middle school. We don't ever use that here. We use the fraction mark. So we're going to divide both sides of the equation by the number in front of the r, which is what?
Negative 18.
Negative 18. So I'm going to put negative 18 in my denominator on both sides of this equation. Which side are they inverses and it cancels? It's going to be my left side or my right side?
Left side.
Left side. So that is gone, and I have left just that R. R equals, put this in your calculator as a fraction, positive 90 in the numerator, negative 18 in the denominator, hit enter, and what does it give you?
Negative
90
5.
over negative 18 is incomplete.
Negative 5, oh yeah, because you gotta do the.
You gotta do control enter.
Control enter,
Yep.
and it gives you negative 5.
I don't know what you're referring to.
If it's a fraction and you tell them to convert it, it's gonna give them a fraction if it's still.
Nice.
Are you done?
What did you like?
I like that you scratched out the, after this first step here.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
box
so that
that
they're
was
clear
there.
about, yeah, we're done with this, we're moving on
And I
here.
think that kind of solves the line dilemma. Like that way, it's not cluttered on their notes, and they understand that they already finished it.
Yeah,
I think that's just like why I was in the line, just to separate.
then it's good to point out that we're using fractions instead of this decimal over here, or
Yeah.
decimal cases.
See,
Fucking,
What's crazy?
Division.
What's crazy is that Reyes used the color coding. And then he tried to incorporate a line. You use the color coding to actually establish the lines without using lines.
Yeah, each color has like its own section.
Yeah.
And I think that's,
Purposeful.
yeah, purposeful.
Enhancements.
I wanted to say that I like the fact that you indicated that beside, or you brought attention to it, beside the 18R is an imaginary multiplication, so that they would be
And you
aware of
highlighted
it.
it.
Yeah, I
Can
like
we
that.
say invisible?
And
Yes.
Just imagine
Yeah,
that.
invisible imaginary.
Imaginary if it's like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe doing what Ms. McElmore did, where like on the side here we have like negative 18 over negative 18 and just pointing out that equals to like negative 1. I know
Equals
that's
a
like
positive one,
Yeah.
but,
I know that may be
don't
confusing with, like, the
when they
division.
write the 1R, they're gonna write 1R.
Oh,
That's not
and then, yeah,
needed.
Yeah.
So I like when she did it for the 0, that they know 0 you don't have to write.
Zero,
Could be-
But I don't
okay.
think it enhances it.
Could we say that in the in the?
I thought the same thing, Marcos.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing that you thought, but then I realized that she's right. They're
Yeah,
gonna
it won't
incorporate that
lead to
1R,
one.
and it's not gonna be in 1R.
yeah,
Because then they're looking for 1 on the, some, not all.
Yeah.
Some are gonna be looking for 1R in the answers, there's not gonna be a
yeah.
1.
And with these bilingual kids, that one little difference, like,
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Mister, no tiene
Yeah.
uno. No tiene uno, ¿dónde está uno? Yeah.
But this was one thing that I thought that could also be mentioned, the fact that a negative and a negative is gonna give you a positive. Because how would they know? They would just take 18, they would divide by negative 18, but they don't know that they're getting a positive. I don't know what I'm trying to, how to verbalize it, but you have to indicate that it is a negative 18 because whatever the number is beside the letter, then only it will cancel out when it is, and the product is gonna be positive.
well, in my example that I always give the kids, like when we're talking about like canceling out, well, on the first